Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a side-by-side comparison and overview of the new Silver Max reel. You have the older Silver Max here, which is the SMAX2, and the newer one, which is here, which is the SMAX3. So from quick glance after I took this out of the package and looked at the two side by side, there are a lot of cosmetic differences in this one than there is in the older version. And to start off, this reel is more streamlined and it seems to be much lighter. Not much lighter, but noticeably lighter. As far as mechanic wise goes, they're almost identical. I mean, most of the stats when it comes to line capacity and the drag, the max drag, the retrieve per turn, and the ratio are the same. Like this is a 6:4 to 1 and this is 6:4 to 1. So they're identical as far as the stats go, but they're different as far as some of the features go and cosmetically and what they've done to this reel to bring down the weight. So let's go over that first off. Let's take a look at each reel and see what the subtle differences are that actually make it streamlined and also make it lighter. So if you look at the old one, the first thing that I noticed right away is if you look at the reel seat is long, right? There's no, it's all one piece. Which not only, what I'm trying to, you'll see when I show you side by side. Not only is it one piece, but it's a long piece here. But if you look at the newer one, side by side, you can see that it's not completely solid, that they've actually made it to where there's material missing in the center portion of it, right here, right? So you see here, full, and here it's missing. So that there makes it a little bit lighter, right? And also, if you look at the front of the reel itself, you'll see, let me see if I can get this to where you guys can see them, but if you look here, they're different. Turn a little bit, right, like that, like that, like that. Different. This one's more streamlined, right? Because what I think they made it to where it's less material up on the top of it, as there is on the older Max here. Another difference, cool. But the most noticeable difference, if you look at this closely, is if you look at the housing that has the drag system and the handle, right? If you look at that, this one here is bulky, it's round, it's you know, if you look at it, get a good look. Now look at this one. As you can see, it's noticeably smaller. I'll hold this one up on top and then hold this one. As far as close to the handle and the drag system goes, it's smaller, streamlined. All right, so there you go. And then also the handle, if you look at the handle here, right, just got a couple holes in here, it's pretty much solid. This one here, they've taken out all of the material in the center of it, so smaller. Awesome. And then another thing is this one on the handle keep here, you know, it's got the cool Garcia logo and their trademark on here. They don't. But again, this is smaller compared to that, less weight. All right, so looking at it even further here, there's another difference on the older Silver Max, the SMAX2. To get to the drag system, or not the drag system, but the brake system, you had to turn this little knob here, pull it out, right? Make sure it's pulled out, then you could turn this to take it off, right? Get to the spool. On this one, it's a little different. There's no turning of, as you can see, there's no nut here to turn. All you do is you just reach in and you pull, go this way, you reach in, you pull this back, and then you could take this off, and then it just comes off. To put it back, you just put it and it snaps back. There's no twisting of a knob here or a screw here anymore. It's streamlined. You just push this back and twist and done. And it's much easier, much quicker, much more efficient if you ask me. All right. What else? The actual brake here, or the spool tensioner knob here, is exactly the same. No different there. So that's one thing that's not different. But there is another big difference between this one and this one. On this one, if you remember in my review that I did, I'll have that up here. But there's, for the flipping and pitching, you can turn this to on, this knob here, right? This knob here. turn that to on, and you can. All right, so yeah, so let's get back to that there. Sorry, I got a phone call, but anyway. So yeah, so the old one here has this little switch here for the flipping and pitching, which makes it to where when you press down on the trigger that it engages, and then to unengage, you just spin it, right? But if you put it on, so you throw it, you press it down, throw it out before it hits the water, or when it hits the water, you let go and it stops the spool. On this one, as you can see, there is no switch. There's no more switch right here. What it is when you press the trigger down, this pops up. Now, it works just as normal as you everyday would. You just turn it to disengage, turn it to disengage. But if you were to press it down, you don't have to turn this anymore to disengage. You could just press this back down and it disengages. Now, I don't know how well that's going to work for flipping and pitching. To tell you the truth, I probably would never use it. I would just do flip it out, turn the handle, flip it out, turn the handle. But I think what where their head is at on it is, since your thumb is here, when you press this down, you flip it out. It's quicker to just do this. I don't see it, but hey, it's a cool feature. If you're really into flipping and pitching, you can probably get used to that. I'm not going to get used to that. So anyway, continuing on, if you look at the brake system on here, you see there's subtle differences, right? Because there's little holes on the newer one and not on the older one. But as far as the brake system goes, it's exactly the same. No change there. Well, almost dropped it. No change there. So yeah. So there's your Silver Max SMAX2 and SMAX3, the newer version. I really like the newer version. Like I said, it's smaller, so it's streamlined. They're making it more low profile, which is nice. It feels much better in the hand. I haven't had a chance to fish it yet. I'm gonna fill it up with some line and take it out and go give it a shot, run it through its paces. I did read online that this does cast further than this one. We'll check that out too. So yeah, guys, so that's my overview slash side-by-side of the two reels. If you ask me, they're going in the right direction with this. I really like how they've gone. They made this streamlined, and it's just much more. They're just, as time goes, technology should get better, right? So that they're making these much more better, or I don't want to say much more better, but they're making them pretty awesome. So I'm planning on getting another one of these. I've already got 4 of these, so I'm not going to get rid of them, but I am going to start moving on to getting these too. I don't think I'm going to be buying any more Silver Max reels. I might just get one more of these, but if I ever was to have to, this ever broke for some reason and I had to replace it, obviously I'm going to replace it with the newer version, because you can't really get these anymore. I mean, you can still find them around, straggling around, but for the most part, this is the one you'll see when you go to pick up the reel. So once I get this lined up, I'm going to do a more in-depth review of this reel, like I did for this reel. So yeah, guys, hope you go out and try the Abu Garcia. As far as for the price goes, this one was $59.99. When I first bought this, it was, damn, I keep dropping them. When I first bought this, it was $59.99. Now, if you can find these, they're a tad bit more cheaper, but they're still pretty close to original price. I got this at Dick's Sporting Goods. I used a 20% off discount, and I used a $10 off coupon I had, so I got this for fairly cheap. So if you're in the market for a reel that's under 100 bucks, I would definitely take a look at the Abu Garcia Silver Max reel. It's an awesome reel to buy at that price point. I've had this reel for 4 years now. The other ones I've had since then, I've always bought the Silver Max and the Black Max. So yeah. Great reel for anybody who's just starting out and looking for something that's not super cheap, but is very affordable and works is an awesome reel to use and works great. This will be the reel I would recommend. As always, guys, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. And as always, guys, tie lines.